to the Single and Stilettos Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima, and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Zan Perrion, and he's a writer, speaker, and romance artist at Ars Amorata. And I'm so excited to have him here today because today he's going to tell us the 5 things that make a woman irresistible to a man. And I know, ladies, you all want to know this, but before we jump into it, Zan, I would love for you to tell our audience what a romance artist is versus a pickup artist, because you are not a pickup artist.
No, not at all. A pickup artist, in my mind, is someone who's, pickup artists are good at picking up phone numbers. They're good at getting phone numbers. Mm-hmm. And women give out phone numbers because they want to be nice and they don't want to be rejecting, and so they want to him, but they don't really want him to call necessarily. So they give out a number. Pickup artists think that is success. That is like the goal, to get the phone number. But a romance artist is one who wants to share something as opposed to taking something. Wants to elevate his experience at the same time elevating her experience. And that's a huge distinction. And we've had examples of that forever.
So it's more about developing a relationship with a woman, right?
Even the woman you're talking to for 5 minutes,
right?
It's making her know that she's seen,
mm-hmm.
that you see her. You're not just saying, okay, here's an object of desire, and I'm going to try and angle some way into get her phone number, get her into my bed. Instead of saying, I see you, and I like it, and it's a good thing, and it's a giving spirit as opposed to a taking, which is, in my mind, pickup artists are takers. They take.
Right. And pickup artists manipulate, which you do not do.
Exactly. No.
So ladies, he's worked with a lot of men, so he really knows what they think and what they want. So let's jump into the topic of the 5 things that make a woman irresistible to a man. So Zan, tell us the first thing that men look for in a woman that makes her irresistible.
Okay, this is going to be pretty abstract, but I'm going to try and describe it as best I can, because I've seen a lot of things in my life. I have a lot of knowledge about various things, mm-hmm. and there's a kind of woman that makes a man pause. And when I say that to men, they go, yeah, I understand exactly what you mean, and it's only a few times in my life when I see that. It's like there's something about this woman who makes a man who, for instance, who is a vagabond, a traveler, an itinerant, a gypsy, who normally doesn't stay, who's not domestic, mm-hmm. that says there's something about this woman that almost compels me to stay because there's something about her spirit. And that, like the first thing would be like, there's a grace in certain women that stops your heart. It stops you in mid-stride because they have an elegance. How do I say it? I'll say it this way. There's a difference between hot women and beautiful women.
Ah, got it.
Hot women are everywhere.
Right.
They're dancing on tables in every club you can see in New York City or anywhere in the world. Hot women are everywhere. They have the female shapes and forms. They have the renovations to make the female shapes and forms happen. And they're hot. But there's a difference between real beauty, and everyone recognizes and is afraid of real beauty. That's why beautiful women are lonely, to be honest.
So are you saying that men don't necessarily want to be with the hot women? They want to be with the women that are beautiful both inside and the outside? Is that what you're saying?
Fundamentally, yes. Guys come to my seminars and my programs and stuff like that, and they think, I want to get a girl. I want to get a hot girl in my arms. So when I walk around, my buddies say, hey, right. He's got a hot girlfriend. They think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. And they sincerely believe that I just want a hot girl. I want a hot Ferrari and I want a hot girl.
Right.
So it looks good. But they find out soon enough that the shallowness of that, and to have somebody that understands him and makes him, inspires him, mm-hmm. with no, I shouldn't say that because I'm talking about relationship now, but the concept of a beautiful woman, mm-hmm. and I'm talking different than hot women, mm-hmm. is that women recognize beautiful women, the real beauties.
Right.
They see them and they recognize, wow, that woman. There's something about her is just absolutely.
She has grace
beautiful.
and elegance and something, and it's not just the outer beauty. There's something else that, and the way I describe it is that you're at a party and a woman walks in and she has such grace and elegance that everybody turns their head and looks at her, women and men, and there's just something about her that draws everybody into her. And
it's an energy field that she projects. It's a state of grace. I don't know how else to say it. And I know this, and men know this. And when I talk to men, they go, "Wow, it's true. I know. I've experienced this." And that spirit is generosity. I think it is. There's the 5 things. I'll come up with something. Generosity of spirit, and that is generosity of the feminine spirit. Thank you for bathing us again. Mm-hmm. In the female spirit, we desire it. We miss it. The whole world is bathed in this strong, aggressive, masculine energy. Mm-hmm. Both men and women are like, it's an aggression. It's like it's what are you going to do for me? Where are we going to be in 5 years? What does this mean?
And when you talk about the generosity of the feminine spirit, one of the things that I want to point out to women that I think Zan is trying to say is, ladies, I know your career is so important to you. You've gotten where you are. But when you bring that hard-lined career-type boss attitude to the date or to a relationship, isn't it a turn-off to men, Zan? Because that's what I tell my female clients, is that when you bring that masculine energy to a date, it's a turn-off to men.
That's 100% true, Suzanne. And I know in places like New York, women and men, they take everything, it's all business-like, and it's go, 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 go. And they treat their business life, their home life, and their dating life the same thing. Like, okay, what is this? Right. What are we going to do? I know this. And it's like, it breaks the heart of men a little bit, because men want to be cared for and loved, and they want to care for and love somebody. And yet it's this exchange. It becomes this kind of transaction, and who's giving more in the transaction, and you know, that kind of thing. And so it's I think we're all losing because of it. So the generosity of spirit is like it's like I said, a state of grace, and it's like it's an inspiring spirit. Men want to be inspired. They want to go and fight something or chop a tree down or do this kind of stuff, and they want to be inspired by that. They want to feel like I'm doing something because I don't know, because I want somebody to like what I'm doing, and you know, with men it's like we lift a lot of weights and we buy a lot of fast cars, and we think that's masculinity, but it's not masculinity. That's just us trying to accommodate and cover up our insecurities and our feeling of loss, and you know, and so we want someone to understand and see the real us, and see through all our can I say it, bullshit, and see through it, and say, you know what, I see you and I see the potential. This is what men want. I see you and I see the potential in you more than you can see it in yourself. That's what men want, and they gravitate to that like crumbs falling off the table. I don't know how else to say it.
So I would say that's your third point in what makes a woman irresistible, is a woman who's supportive, and a woman that shows a man that she's supportive of the things that he's doing, right? Yeah.
And I'll say this, and it might be controversial, I'm going to say it anyway. Men recognize the feminine side of women, the feminine grace and spirit that women give to the world. Like I said, there's a lot of masculinity that's masking the earth right now, and it's like flowing across. Like you said it. You said you advise women, like, leave your business side aside. It's interesting. I saw an ad one time that was a magazine ad, and it said, and it showed a woman in business attire at the top half of the page, and then with her belly button ring and like a drink and sequins in the bottom half, and it said, business by day, Bacardi by night. And right? And and because of our corporate structure and our work structure, we're supposed to be eyes front, all asexual, antiseptic, no femininity, no masculinity in the workplaces, right? And because of that, and then you're supposed to somehow kind of turn on the femininity and the masculinity in the evening or the weekend. And it's like, how do we do that now? Because it's so stripped out of us that we can't have that. And it's I don't know. I'm just talking a lot.
Well, and
I
I think what you're saying is women really need to focus on, like we said before, is that women need to leave the masculine energy at the office and bring the feminine self to the date or the relationship with the man. Because if you don't, like we said before, it's going to be a turnoff. So what else makes a woman irresistible to a man?
That's 4 things, right? I don't know. I think we compassed it, Suzanne. I think I think the concept of, I don't know, number 1 to me is the concept of inspiring, and well, I'll say this too. I'll say this. Might be politically incorrect, but I'm going to say it anyway. Something that really makes men feel alive and feel like they can do anything in this world is a woman who's devoted to them. Devotion. To really feel like, wow, no matter what, up and down, good and bad, Bonnie and Clyde, she's with me and she's on my side. Devotion is huge. It's absolutely, massively. You know, there's a spirit of, I don't know. It's like men crave that kind of like validation, because they want to be someone to say, you know what, no matter what, I believe in you, and I trust in you, and I know that your intentions are good, and you're a good man, and I want to encourage that, as opposed to what opposed to the modern relationship, which is all business transactions. Yeah,
well,
devotion.
I think the point there is that in the long term effects is that a man wants to see that a woman is going to be supportive through a long-term relationship and then through marriage. Because if you're not, then why would he want to be with you? So these have been some great points. So Zan, tell our audience how they can find you.
Well, my website is www.zanperrion.com, ZANPERRION.com, or you can Google my name, ZAN, or you can look at my book. I wrote a book called The Alabaster Girl, and it's a book about women, written to women.
Ah, well, see, there you go. He's worked with so many men. He wrote a book for women.
Exactly.
All right. So thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stilettos show. If you like our show, it's available both in video format and podcast format. If you would like to view the videos, you can view them at singleandstilettos.com. And if you would like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you would like to get our free report on the top 10 secrets on what attracts a man and what turns him off, you can click right here on the video, or you can go to singleandstilettos.com.